Good day and welcome to Obidati Family TV, the program where you enter and hope are life. Yes, hope day. Now this program be the program where we say we dey bring them every day. Make we dey give hope to obedience worldwide wherever they dey. Make them know say yes, our Peter Obi, His Excellency, is coming in by the grace of God. Our mandate will be said and carry. They will give us back our mandate. So today, we don't come back again. Make we bring more hope for all obedience worldwide. Make them know say Peter Obi is coming. One of the things we say I want to discuss with our people. Then there are three things actually. And these three things. One, now this very special agents most we say we talk about the drugs we say then they use for before for Tinubu house where they confirm for this our written address wey be say Labour Party and Peter Obi submit on Friday because e dey inside there. So I wan draw our attention to that very particular thing and how the thing go take help us for this very tribunal, because every time then they talk about $460,000 for feature, but some people no really know the in-depth matter how that very forfeiture take arise wey be say then they call am say na drug related money na e be. So I wan dive for that very side. That's why we bring that issue of the United States special agent wey talk say na him talk, no be us talk. Na him talk say that particular house wey be say drugs dey comot wey dem call am na heroin dey comot from Nigeria. Dem talk say e dey reach for that very house wey dem talk say na Tinubu house for United States that very time. And that very house number I go bring am out because na the same house number na im dem talk say Bola Tinubu use come open that first heritage account where that money dey. Now so then take talk. So I go bring that one come. Then I go bring again one of our person will be say they talk where we know they fear, where they talk the thing as he take care am and as they take tell am that Jackson Ude. I go bring it on. In talk say in they insist say Tinubu they talk with CJN, and as they talk with CJN, they talk with Oga of DSS, and they talk to other even attorney generals where we say them comot. Now so we go hear them how intake talking on. Again, we get plenty things so we say they come on. With that one, make we begin the start with waiting APC don't start to they do for Nigeria since 2019. So I won't start with that one. As una know, recall that in 2019, the APC-led federal government similarly removed the Chief Justice of Nigeria, that is Justice Walter Onogen, when it was obvious that he could no longer bend to their will. The Department of State Services, what they call DSS, similarly stormed the homes of judges in 2016 and 2017, all in a bid to beat the judiciary into submission. The plot of the APC is simple: intimidate the judiciary, threaten judges with arrest so that they will bow to their will. This is a playbook. Wetin dey happen now na playbook from 2019 when they removed the Chief Justice of Nigeria and they replaced him with Tanko Muhammad, who himself was later accused of corruption by his colleagues at the Supreme Court, and he shamefully resigned. Now so that one take happen that time. Now, however, the APC government never went after Tanko Mohammed, as we know. Tanko still there, no conviction, nothing. There is nothing where we say they do Tanko, nothing. So this very Tanko, as they did in Onogen's case, because it was never about corruption, but election. The APC has, over the years, built a reputation of judiciary intimidation. They accused about 10 judges of corruption, stormed their homes and got them suspended, yet could not convict a single one of these justices. Justice Sylvester Nwota of the Supreme Court could not recover from the embarrassment that they gave him. He ended up dying in office. now they have initiated a new plot. In this their new plot, they are Jackson Ude is coming out every day to talk about it. This time around, they want to intimidate the judges into delivering favorable judgments for them at this election tribunal. Now, we draw this very attention, urging Nigerians to abide by the golden rule of eternal vigilance by being the price of liberty. Vigilance is being the price of liberty. On this note, we at Obidati family, we appeal to everybody in the country to remain professional, even the security agencies, to remain professional in their discharge of their duties and resist being used as an instrument of oppression and intimidation against the judiciary. That we already know. So we are always coming out to let you people know that it's very, very key and important that we abide by the rules that is prevailing in the country. With that one, I go on, make we now look into that major matter wey be say na the matter of this very drug thing wey we dey talk about. This house, like we said, was a house, Tinubu's house. That is Bola Tinubu's house in the US. This very house, they gave the number. And that very number, now the same number wey be say Tinubu use do in open that bank account. That a bank account wey dey for Heritage Bank, na him take open am. So we know say na him. So now I want make I now bring how that thing take be. We know say let me take it in this way. In 1993, Tinubu was ordered to forfeit $460 in his bank account. These very proceeds were suspected to be proceeds of narcotics. It was suspected because I wouldn't say a conviction. From what we learned is that Tinubu was called to come and was invited but never showed up. Since Tinubu never showed up, they now decided to make sure that things was that things went well. But in the final written address, that's where I'm going now. Tinubu's legal team, led by Chief Wole Olanipe-Kunsan, contended, among other things, that why the said drug forfeiture order came 30 years ago, that is in 1993. Section 1371E of the 1999 Constitution states that a conviction has expired after 10 years. But that is not the issue. The issue is not really about conviction, because nobody is talking about Bola Tinubu being convicted in the United States because he never showed up. Tinubu's team also argued that the said judgment cannot be enforced in Nigeria because it is yet to be registered in Nigeria, in line with the clear provisions of Section 3 of the Reciprocal Enforcement of Foreign Judgments Ordinance and Foreign Judgment Reciprocal Enforcement Act. But in his final address, Peter Obi, on Friday, submitted by Levi Uzoku, told the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal that Tinubu till date had not challenged the order of forfeiture made by United States Court, implying he has admitted to have forfeited monies traced to narcotic deals. Yes. Now, this Dr. Levi Uzoku-san added further that the U.S. judgment noted that the U.S. judgment noted an investigation by that very special special agent Moss. They discovered that Tinubu's home was a drop-off point for heroin in the United States. Now, the import of that order was to underscore the proceedings in the exhibit they presented before the court. That's above forfeiture proceedings because we had dropped it before the election tribunal. Now, based among other things, by the revelation and the findings of that very affidavit by Kevin Moss, who is the special agent and the investigator on financial crime, money laundering, and narcotic trafficking inter alia. The interview that very guy have with even the Customs Service disclosed that the address at 7504 South Stewart Avenue is known as a drop-off point for packages from Nigeria that contain white heroin, and that in the application to open that account in the First Heritage Bank, Illinois, Chicago, Tinubu stated that his address was 7504 Southwest Stewart. Now, so he did for that very our final written address where P2B submit. He argued that one of the provisions of the law the U.S. court declared was violation of 18 United States Code 1956, which outlaws money laundering. Ezeoku stated that money laundering amounts to a crime under Nigerian laws, and he urged the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to dismiss Olanipekun's argument that a foreign judgment has to be registered in Nigeria before it can be enforced on a citizen of the country. Ezeoku held that what the law requires is that a party who intends to rely on the judgment of a foreign court must comply with either of two options, namely, as follows: by sealing judgment in the seal of the foreign court, by a copy certified by the legal keeper or certificate of a notary public or a consul diplomat agent stating that the copy is duly certified by the officer. Now, so our people there. So now inside the election petition tribunal, that final written address, now all this one they come out. So usually, like I promised, I'll be coming take a portion of that very particular final address, because our people, they ask many questions, both on the comment section. How about the drug issue? How about the narcotics matter? How about the forfeiture matter? How they take they go? So what thing I do be say, I'll go inside this final address and start to address the issue. But even the investigative journalist, the one when I talk about yesterday, that is David Hundeyin, he also was with us on our show. And since he came on the show, he explained how that investigation of the drug went. And if you go back to the videos we had as a special edition, you will see that very video. But what I will do now is to bring a part, just a part of that very video for some of us who are new to this our Obidati Family TV, so that they can hear some of the things that the Hundeyin spoke about, especially as it concerned this United States Special Agent Kevin Moss, even whom they have discussed extensively inside Channels TV and even Arise TV, because that his investigation revealed a whole lot of things that would have made Tinubu not even contest the election in the first place. So let's take a listen at what Hundeyin discussed with us on our show at Obidati Family TV. Take a listen.
We get criminal history, especially some high serious criminal history, no supposed they qualified to run for president. But now waiting we see with this. This man, Tinubu, he done for one interview for 2016. He talk say, because they asked him for the interview, say how he make him first big money. He talk say after he finish university, say he go Chicago State University, he finished 1979, and after he finish, he get work for Deloitte, will be accounting firm, and at least everybody know Deloitte. Say as in they work for that Deloitte, say about 3-4 years into the job at Deloitte, say the accountant, say they come post time to one company where they call National Oil. National Oil don't change name now. The new name now Saudi Aramco. Now the Saudi, now basically NNPC of Saudi Arabia. So the Saudi Arabians, them, their own NNPC, they call them Saudi Aramco. Say as them post down to Saudi Aramco for one single engagement, say the total bonuses and salary with them pay them, where you save for your accounts now $1.8 million. Say now where you making first big money with that. Say that salary and bonus payments for accounting firm. For person will be saying that just 5 years into his career, in the say 5 years into his career as junior accountant, say they pay him $1.8 million. No be naira, dollars. So according to these court records, it can't show say that $1.8 million no be any Deloitte pay am, no be any Saudi Aramco. The money na drug money.
That very constitution where we first refer to now, it talks say person wey be say don't get criminal case, e no suppose contest for this election.
Okay, so waiting the law talk for this matter be say the only person wey fit go challenge eligibility of candidates may run for election. The only person wey fit go court say this person no dey qualified to stand for election. Now either person wey dey contest that election within that person party, the primary election, or na person from another party wey dey contest the main election with am.
And now we say them don't make Tinubu, INEC don't make him president-elect. And these things will be say then they talk for say now outside Nigeria now it take happen. This crime now, this alleged crime, say this involvement in crime is considered to be outside of this country. Waiting, you think say be the implication now, whether just tell us what you think, and you will be say you sabi this thing and how the thing take be. Tell us how it go take be.
So one of the big problems with Nigerian law is say people with the write laws, they always write them in a very ambiguous way. What that mean is say they know the right 2 plus 2 is 4. They go write 2 plus 2 may be 4. So person fee go court, go argue, say the law no specifically talk say 2 plus 2 must definitely be 4. So when they go use technicality, argue one kind. And the problem is that now the constitution no dey explicit, it no dey very explicit to explain whether if person commit crime outside Nigeria, the person go fit dey qualified to run for election in Nigeria. So far as say the crime no dey inside, he no commit the crime inside Nigeria. The constitution dey very ambiguous. So wetin that mean be say basically now the judge who can interpret wetin dey that constitution, and based on the interpretation with that judge, if the judge fit talk say this law applies to any court anywhere in the world. So if you are convicted anywhere in the world, you cannot run for office in Nigeria. Or the judge fit talk say it only applies to Nigerian jurisdiction. So if so far as they no convict you inside Nigeria, you fit still run. So now the problem with Nigeria with that, it is very ambiguous. Now the judge give no interpretation.
That one na the conversation wey be say we get with David Undeyin, wey be say appear for this our station, and we discuss well. So for this very matter, this Kevin Moss will be the special agent, United States special agent. The investigation will be say in don do show well say na the house wey be say Bola Tinubu give them for that very bank. That bank wey be say that $460,000 for future happen for inside na in house gongo, and during their investigation na in dem come discover say that same house na for there then they carry drugs they go. Now so Kevin Moss take talk, and wey be the special agent wey be say na in do that very one. Now before I leave this side, go to the next one where I want discuss wey be Jackson Ude. Now Jackson Ude na investigative journalist na him be. He don't tweet many things. And I go want to make people know, say, some of the things where we say they come out either from in page as a tweet, in the defend them by himself, and producer help me project the man where we say with the talk, made them for know who this very Jackson would they be. Now, this man, he don't insist say that same talk where in the talk say na Tinubu they have discussion with CJN, that is the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Say Tinubu they discuss with the DG DSS. Now this man they talk am. In they insist say no matter how they take debunk that very statement, in they stand by that statement, say, may them challenge and bring the call records for their heads and other things. But make it not be say, na me they talk am. Make I bring out the press release where this man release and how intake talk am. Jackson Ude na him reply APC. Come talk say APC be the most mischievous and fraudulent party in Africa. As he put am, he said my attention has been drawn to a statement issued by one political party called the All Progressive Congress, APC, in which they attempted to disparage my person and deny the intercepted conversations between the embattled President Bola Tinubu, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Olukayode Ariwoola, two other justices of the Supreme Court, and the Director General of the Department of State Services, DSS, where they were discussing the 2023 presidential election petition, as in take talkam. Ordinarily, I would not have cared to issue a response to APC's statement if it doesn't impugn on my person. APC is the most fraudulent and political party in the history of Nigerian democracy. I insist and stand by my tweet that Bola Tinubu has been having conversation with the Chief Justice of Nigeria and the DG DSS before and after the presidential election. Now so in TikTok. Their planned meeting in France and London was botched when it was exposed by the media. Tinubu has had series of phone conversations with the mentioned persons requesting their opinion and help over the 2023 presidential election matter pending at the Presidential Petition Tribunal. He had also sought the opinion of former Attorney General and Minister of Justice on his chances at the tribunal. If they keep denying it, let them submit their phone records and that of their aides for forensic. Now so Jackson Ude take talk. APC is the most mischievous and lying political party in Africa, a den and safe haven for criminals. Now so Ude, they talk, they go. Our own be say make we bring waiting in talk. How do you explain a party that knowingly fielded a man with drug crime cases, questionable identity, multiple FBI cases in the United States of America as presidential candidate and rigged him into presidency? Now so in the acts. Whether Bola Tinubu has been convicted for any crimes or not, the mere fact that he has been severally linked to fraudulent behavior locally and internationally places a moral burden for which a serious-minded political party should have considered before allowing him by his way to become a presidential candidate. How do you explain a political party that removed fuel subsidy, claimed it has saved over 400 billion from subsidy removal, to turn around and collect 800 billion loan, out of which they plan to give to the National Assembly 70 billion. Give the National Judicial Council, headed by the same Chief Justice of Nigeria, who will sit on the election case, a whopping 35 billion, and then share 8,000 naira to Nigerians for 6 months. What a shame. How much mischievous, deceitful, and fraudulent can a political party be? When the People's Democratic Party (PDP) government under President Goodluck Jonathan attempted to remove the fuel subsidy and fuel prices went up. Now, they went up to 87 naira per litre. Same APC mobilized Nigerians and went to the streets in protest against that government. Today, fuel prices have increased to nearly 800 naira per litre, under the same minimum wage, but the party wants Nigerians to celebrate and clap for the government. If this is not mischievous and fraudulent, what then is mischievous and fraudulent? APC went ahead in their statement to describe Tinubu as a core Democrat. Very laughable. A core Democrat who cannot win an election without rigging, according to Jackson Ode. A core Democrat who will forge his age, academic record, place of birth, commit all manners of crime at home and abroad. Nigeria does not deserve persons with such credentials. Now so Jackson take talk. In continue, he said, I have not dished out any falsehood or inflamed any passion. I have only exposed what Bola Tinubu and his party are doing behind the scenes. They are the ones who have inflamed passions, dished out falsehood since 2015, misruled the country, created more unemployment and poverty in the country. APC should do well not to push me because I have more information to dish out on Tinubu to prove that he was never a fit and proper person to run for political office anywhere in the world. Enough is enough. Now so Jackson Ode take talk am. And this Jackson Ode, him be the former director of strategy and communications under President Goodluck Jonathan. Now this man, now him be the person where they insist say Chief Justice of Nigeria still they talk with Tinubu on the election matter. Now him still they talk for this very in statement when I bring come now. Now him take him out talk say 35 billion naira they go to the Chief Justice of Nigeria in the disguise of that National Judicial Council where they give, because now the man now him still be the chairman of the National Judicial Council. So Jackson Ode they talk all these things make we for pay attention. But again, I won't bring them to Nigerians again. Make we know through where waiting happen for 2019. On again, will be the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Then come out and for seats because of something he no agree with them. Then do waiting. Then bamboozle almost 10 justices of the Supreme Court. Then suspend different judges. You will never hear say them prosecute any of these judges when we say them suspend. Reach today, they disgrace them. One of the Supreme Court judges die for that same matter because of the embarrassment where they give them. Now, this same something won't come out again. Now, the same playbook of 2019 will start even from 2015. Now, they still they play. Make we shine our eyes. When we they talk always say judiciary is on trial. When we they talk say all our eyes is on the judiciary. Not be only our eyes go there for judiciary, our ears go there for grant. If you get people where we say then they expose some things, make we pay attention. Make people where they near for that very place where then they call Aso Rock. Make them they give information where they make them for help Nigerians. Whistleblowers day. We know say obedience day everywhere and they want betterment. We also, even if you not be obedient, we get well-meaning Nigerians where we say then they vote for Aso Rock, vote for that Supreme Court and other places. May them carry that news come out. make we no get the same thing wey happen that time. Tanko Mohammed, when dem don bring her in, say him be the Chief Justice of Nigeria, wetin happen? Na the same government disgrace and comot. Up till now, Tanko no dey prison, but dem talk say na the same corruption na im dem take comot am for there, and dem say make dem come replace Onogen wey dem talk say na corruption wey dem take comot am. These issues don dey come up again. That's why I dey raise am. The issues don dey come up about Chief Justice of Nigeria. Wetin wan happen? Yesterday, David Hundeyin talk say many things dey happen. If you go to yesterday's video, you go see am. Jackson Ude don dey talk say im dey insist say those things wey im dey talk dey happen. Na that one we fit hold for today wey be Sunday. I know say for our people we still dey pray, dey thank God make e for help us, for dey make e help these justices make dem take better decision for us, make Nigeria for better. Today wey be Sunday, even our obedient members wey be Muslim, abeg make una help us pray to Allah make e for save Nigeria for this very issue wey INEC put us inside. Our people wey be say dem go Sunday church today, I hope say una pray make our principal and all the lawyers make dem dey calm, make God dey console, dey give them hope as we dey bring hope for this very place. With that very one, I go say make we stay well today wey be Sunday. Tomorrow again we go come out, we go dissect some of the things wey be say e dey inside that final written address, bring them as they take be. So with that one, I go say una bye for now.